Previously on 4 Players, 1 Dungeon, Chapter 4 of Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Alright, you turn around, and about that time you hear a scream and something goes flying. Someone.
Roll to poop yourself.
Davlin. Next thing you know, you hear a kablam right behind you.
Davlin, who just basically almost got crushed by the giant club, right, and had just now turned around, yells, "I'm grabbing the big bastard!"
It shows itself. It smashes into the wagon. Scar rolls underneath the wagon and lights him up with electricity. So it's like Ghostbusters. I've got him in the beam now, right?
You just gotta get him in the trap, man.
And Davlin jumps down and just puts a couple really big holes in him with his weapons. And Mave just steps up and pulls her fucking wet hair back from her face, and she's at eye level with this fucking ogre where you know, it's a big thing.
Yeah, it's on top of the cart.
She's on top of the cart, and she turns to it in eye level and pulls her fucking wet hair back and says, "You're going to fucking die and you don't even realize it." It's like you don't even understand what's about to happen to you. In the Midwest, 4 friends gather together. They all share one common bond, a love for Dungeons and Dragons. Join Davlin, Mave, Scar, and Varis as they make their way through the Horde of the Dragon Queen, a 5th edition D&D campaign. Welcome to 4 Players, 1 Dungeon, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Alright, we'd like to welcome everybody back to the 4 Players, 1 Dungeon podcast. Everybody coming back at you live on a Saturday night. How's everybody feeling?
Excellent.
Feeling really good, man.
So, we're playing Horde of the Dragon Queen. We're in Chapter 4. We're actually in a caravan that's moving along towards Neverwinter, trying to sniff out Cult of the Dragon members among the caravan. I'm going to throw it over to Sean, our DM, to kind of give us a little backup to where we were.
And it's Waterdeep, not Neverwinter.
Waterdeep.
Wrong game, yo.
Yep, wrong game, man.
Playing too many games.
Okay. Last time, you guys, basically, Varis was down with pneumonia or whatever. You guys had a couple battles, managed to get a barn at a local inn. The innkeeper kind of felt sorry for you guys because you had, a sick person. So, next morning comes around. It's basically a sunny day, but, ground's still wet, muddy. You guys start heading back down the trail. About a little bit before noon break, you see a party of adventurers come walking up. They're all, bro. They talk to the caravan master. He's like, alright, need...
Well, once we stop, I'm going to go ahead and kind of walk up. And
they don't really... It's kind of like a moving thing. They just kind of catch up and keep going,
Moving with the group.
Yeah, move with the group and go up to the caravan master at the front.
Okay, well, I'm going to hop off the wagon here real quick and just kind of walk on up, or jog my way on up and kind of see if I can listen in and see what's going on with the conversation, see what these guys are about.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm using my message to link up with you, just to say, hey, I'm not going to come up, but let me know what's going on.
I'm going to stay with the wagon.
Alright, mate.
I'm going to stay with the wagon.
Alright, you go trotting up there. These guys are trying to get, passage, try to get hired on.
Alright, well, I'll kind of figure out what's going on with that. Realize they're just looking to kind of be hired. I'm going to make my way back and get back in my position on the wagon.
Alright, so you get back on the wagon. You notice, since you were watching them, you notice they start making their way back, wagon by wagon.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of sit in my spot and wait for them to come up.
Alright, they come to your wagon first.
Who?
Scar and...
It would be Scar and...
Varis' wagon
yeah,
first.
Varis were together on a wagon, and then...
Mave and Davlin are together, yes.
Yeah.
Which one do you use the wagon master?
Eat a dick. No jobs here.
Shit. Come on, man. Are you the wagon master?
Shut the fuck up and move on.
Are you the wagon master?
He doesn't trust anyone.
I want to talk to the wagon master.
Move along, little man.
Well, obviously, the picture being painted here is that where is the wagon master?
I was going to say, aren't you the wagon master?
Yeah, well. Alright.
Okay, so I would assume that he was sitting like maybe next to me
Yeah,
or something like that.
He's in the wagon. He's just kind of keeping his mouth shut.
Okay, so our wagon's kind of like a coupe de ville. Like he's in the back seat in the wagon chilling while we're driving and somebody riding shotgun.
Yeah.
And he's all pimped out. All right, so I'm riding shotgun. You're driving the wagon.
Excellent.
Bars. So I lean back and say, boss, this guy is just going to bother you. He's just going to bother you. Just tell him to move along.
Do a persuasion check.
Which should be noted, not Scar's fucking strong point. How about deception or something of that nature? I mean, intimidation?
Whichever role you want to use and how you want to use it, I'll leave that up to you. But if it's going to be just like a hey, that's a persuasion.
All right. So
Hey.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll an Arcana. You going to allow that?
I'll allow it.
No. How about this? How about this fucking hobo shit? Okay. So I turn around and I look at the
Halfling.
the halfling. And I let my eyes, fucking, the whites of my eyes kind of bleed, like I want to use a cantrip, prestidigitation or whatever. Fucking eyes go white for a second, and then I kind of like come out of it. You know, my eyes go cloudy, and then they come back, and I say, the weave gives me an odd suspicion of this fellow. I don't think you want to deal with him.
I'll give you your Arcana roll on persuasion.
What's that? Say it again.
How we doing that? Yeah.
Get your persuasion, but use your Arcana roll.
Excellent.
Basically, using your Arcana.
Right. I'm using little cantrips and
Yeah.
just trying to fool him. Okay. I'm going to go with a total of 18.
He looks at, get out of here! I got guards.
That's right. I told you. Eat a dick and move on.
They go back to another wagon, and they start heading up. A couple wagons later, they come up to your wagon, Davlin and Mave. You guys got the twins, right?
Yeah.
You guys got the twins.
What do you want?
Well, before we do this, I want you to how you guys riding, where your employer's at. I'll let you decide the guarding order.
We basically are in the same formation with me and Mave sitting up at the front seat, basically
in the
driving
back-
the wagon,
they're in
and
the
they're
back.
sitting in the Coupe de Ville back seat. Yes.
All right, they're in the back of the pickup truck. All right, that works. Which one of y'all's the owner of the wagon here?
That be them. Point back to the twins.
All right. We're looking for work. And he's like, I got hands. Oh, come on, man. We're better than they are. I mean, come on. We'll do it for half what you're paying them.
I don't believe you're going to want to challenge me today, fellas. Move along.
Really? You're gonna
I just steal the wagon, kind of just enough to catch up enough speed to kind of make myself up and move closer to the next wagon, kind of blow them off a little bit. See what happens.
Do an animal handling roll.
Animal handling.
Wait. There are proficiencies in vehicles.
Yes.
That should come into play if he has it.
I don't believe I have any kind of proficiency with vehicles unless it comes with the fighter class, and I just don't have it down.
Well,
on
it
my
comes
sheet.
with a background.
Hold
That's
on,
the
let me check. What's your background?
I am folk hero
You
background.
have it. You have a
Nice.
proficiency in wagons and vehicles and
Let me see. Folk heroes.
yeah.
How
Yep.
much does the cantrip
So I get my
message cost?
proficiency bonus too then?
Yes, you get a vehicle land
It's the
proficiency.
one.
So I'm not really sure on how that works. So
But I just add my proficiency bonus to the roll, I take it then?
Yeah, add to your animal handling, yes.
Okay, so I got a 9, so 15. 9 plus 6.
You managed to move the cart up forward. Mave, you need to do a dexterity check.
I learned that shit listening to another podcast.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You're like, you almost fall out of the wagon when he snaps the reins and everything.
Scar, you better keep an eye on them.
Oh, come on. You're on the...
What do you want? What do you want?
We're looking to get hired.
To do what?
Guard this place. What do you think?
Well, obviously we already have guards for these wagons, so I don't understand what you want. If you...
No one's giving these poor fuckers a
Like,
chance,
hell no.
man. Nobody wants to give up their job. This economy, it's rough, dude. It's rough.
I was about to ask you if you could spare some change.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation.
Oh, dude, Maggie, before you roll, you have, remember, there's a...
The cantrip that makes him run away from
No,
you, right?
No. She has this ability, if you read, whip open the College of Lore, the wit thing. You can use this wit-based fucking attack, and it does stuff.
I love that you read the PHP for me.
Somebody's got to read it. You sure
Listen,
as
white
fuck
boy.
don't.
This is one of those. This is one of those wit-based. Listen, white boy with a small penis, you need to leave.
Welcome to the 4 Players 1 Dungeon Smackdown.
Okay, College of Lore.
Yeah,
What is
cutting
the-
words.
Cutting words.
We're
Sean,
going to
what-
use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others.
Get out of here.
Yeah, but it's...
But it's an attack roll.
Yeah, it's an attack roll.
An ability check or a damage roll. I can use my reaction to expend one of my bardic inspirations.
It's basically,
roll the
if
bardic
I roll
inspiration.
against a save for her, she can add the bardic inspiration as a difficulty modifier.
But it says that it can be used as a skill check.
Right, but
Yeah,
so
but
but what happens
going
is
against her.
that he
I just wanted to point that out to you.
he rolls
that's all.
against me. I roll a d6, and he has to subtract that number from his roll.
Yeah.
So intimidate.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not rolling against her. It's just see
Right.
if she can tell him to get the fuck out of there.
I just think it's a very interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting little. Oh yeah. He's like,
Sweet
okay, and he rides on back. Let's see what their fate will be.
Oh, I know what their fate's going to be.
They're riding at the back of the train, all gloomy. Nobody hired them.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
But they're following along with the caravan now.
Yeah, they're following along with caravan.
And that happens regularly
Yeah.
with caravans, is picking up people because,
They were just trying to get some coin while following us.
well, obviously they look well equipped
Yeah.
and such. But the thing is that, still moving in numbers is an important thing right now on the Sword Coast and all that. So they're going to be stragglers anyway, following caravans just to be safe.
Yeah, if I can remember right, I believe we asked about the safety of this road before we left and was told this is completely safe. How many encounters have we had now? Like, nothing's happened for like a year.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we've fought 8 times.
That's what happens when you roll like a 7 or whatever it was.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, the cutting words or whatever she used. And
Wait till I get back. You better redefine safe, motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. Who we got that information from?
reliable intelligence, my ass. Okay, so we know they're back there, and even though we're talking shit, if they're well equipped, and they're competent,
Could help us out if we...
then maybe we should just tell them that it's been a rough journey. Well, let's have an ambassador go back, maybe
Yes.
Mave here, and tell them that we can't give up our jobs for them, but if they prove themselves worthy on such a dangerous trek that we're having, maybe we could work something out, some subcontracting, if you will.
Yeah.
But there are logistical things. We're not we're not supplied to take on an extra, how many, 4 people?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
5.
will they be able to carry their